with her husband. All the attention went on her, and everyone started congratulating her and her husband. I looked towards Sarah, and she was silent, but looked really upset. I asked her if she allowed in to announce her pregnancy here. Sarah said no, but not to worry about it. Her fiance looked mad, but didn't say anything either. I don't know if this is what makes me the a-hole, but my boyfriend says it does. I got N's attention loudly, and everyone looks at me. I said, "You weren't given permission to announce your pregnancy here." Sarah and her fiancé gathered everyone here and are paying for our meals. The night is about them, not you. If you wanted a pregnancy announcement dinner, you should have held it in your own time, but you wanted to take the attention from Sarah and her fiancé away so badly that you're ruining their engagement dinner. You're toxic. Anne and everyone else were looking at me before she started crying and saying that I shouldn't be talking to her like this since she's pregnant, and that wasn't the case. I told her that she wasn't the first woman to be pregnant, and that a lot of pregnant women can respect their friends too, and not make everything about themselves. Anne and her husband left, and it was a bit awkward, but eventually the dinner went back to normal. When my boyfriend and I got home, he said I was an a-hole. I asked him out because I really didn't see it, but if he could explain that I'm willing to apologize to N. He said it was none of my business, and I should have kept quiet, that no one needs to hear my opinion and how I ruined the night for both of them. I got a bit defensive and said N ruined the night for Sarah, and I ruined the night for N. So, I don't know how I ruined the night for both of them. Edit. Sarah texted me after the dinner and said thank you, that I didn't have to say what I did, but she was happy, more so once N left, because the pregnancy announcement hurt her. Edit 2. Wow, guys, I really didn't expect so many responses, but thank you all for helping me realize that I wasn't really in the wrong. I agree with some of you that my delivery should have been better, but in the heat of the moment, I didn't really think about it. Thank you guys again. Not the a-hole. I wish you were one of my friends. That's awesome. N ruined the dinner. You put her in her place and stood up for Sarah. Right. When I was pregnant, people would be like, "Oh, are you worried about the birth?" Or, "Oh, how hard things must be for you now," and try to focus on that. And I was always like, people have been giving birth for thousands of years with far less medical understanding and harder lives. It's fine. I'm fine. It's not that epic. Pregnant women commonly act way too entitled. Not to take away from anyone who has a complicated pregnancy, mine were very easy, and that's a privilege, but let's not assume all are difficult and put pregnant bearing your friend. Am I the a-hole for backing out of cooking for my husband's guests after he told me, do your job? My husband and I both work equal hours. I'm a hairstylist working at a salon, and he is a warehouse manager. My mother-in-law is very sexist and lives in the 1950s still. She said women can't stop taking care of their households as a priority, no matter what they achieve. I hated this, and it caused endless problems between us. My husband learned to do everything from folding his clothes to fixing the toilet except cooking. His mom taught him that his future wife should do everything so he didn't have to learn. He defended me against her and cut contact with her. She hasn't participated in a gathering since 2015 due to family not wanting her around. My husband cleans while I cook, but he tends to complain from time to time and throws some weird beliefs / opinions at me that are similar to what his mom thinks. I get it, since he's been raised by her, and this mentality takes time to go away. Last week, he had guests over and asked me to help him host dinner. We agreed that I cook and he clean like always. Guests arrived and my husband sat with them while I was in the kitchen cooking. I had issues with the oven. I was running late and dinner wasn't ready yet. My husband rushed into the kitchen asking why dinner wasn't ready yet. I said I'd be done soon. He grabbed a few glasses while pressuring me to hurry up. I made a comment about how I didn't even get to meet his guests and how unfair it was. He casually said, "Just do your job," and rushed out. I was shocked. I stopped him and asked, "What did you just say to me?" He looked at me quizzically. I turned the oven off and stopped cooking. He was freaking out, saying, No, wait, what are you doing?" While I took my apron off, I said I don't work for him to tell me to do my job, and he should take over cooking if he thought I was slow. He begged me not to do this to him and explained he didn't mean to tell me to do my job, but only spoke this way since he's used to say stuff like that at work and wasn't paying attention. I refused to continue cooking and went upstairs to wash the smell of onion off me. I left him in the kitchen to handle serving dinner on his own, and he came upstairs 2 hours later after the guests left and looked an absolute mess. His hair messed up and his shirt stained. He asked if I was happy and proud of proving a point by backing out of cooking last minute, just cause he slipped up and accidentally said, "Do your job." I told him that he's an adult and is responsible for what comes out of his mouth, accidental or not, and again said I didn't have to cook for his guests and that I only volunteered to help, and he sounded like his mother with what he said. He said it wasn't true and that he was disappointed because I didn't stick to my word and left him to fend for himself and embarrassed him in front of guests by giving them half-cooked because it's not your job. He owes you an apology. Also, show him this post. Not the a-hole. Good for you for not putting up with your husband's crap. This is a fundamental truth in your relationship. You know how to cook and he doesn't. That means that when it comes to cooking, you have a value he doesn't, and as you just showed him, you are in a position of power. He needs to appreciate what you do for him, not take it for granted and bark orders out to you. I will say this, he will remember this lesson. If you had backed down at the last minute, he would have taken it as you would back down if he pushed you hard enough. Now he knows you mean business and you will not be pushed around and you will not be treated like a servant. A marriage is a partnership, not a corporation where one person is a boss. The correct way for him to act is to show you gratitude for the efforts you put into that night's gathering. Not the a-hole, just because he accidentally said what he was pretty obviously thinking, right? And then he has the nerve to be more worried about saving face in front of his buddies than mistreating his own wife. So he blames you. He is the problem here. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please subscribe if you want to see more videos.